Still in the trenches, we out in the field. If she in her bag, then it's Prada Chanel. The is fake, but she poppin' for real. Still that way. Run up if you feel that way. You can get this work, but the work don't ship, cause it really don't feel that way. Seen a whole lot of rapping and a whole lot of get like ice. Yesterday's price is not today's price. Talk to me nice. You know I'm an east side, big TDE, step a whole rep, that. Top dog since top ramen now, steak and lobster.
From one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Tonight, we kick off Week 6 with a great Thursday night matchup, as it'll be the Denver Broncos taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. From his end zone, here's Tremont. And look at this. Right away, a loose ball. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And they're already in the red zone. The 18-yard line is where they take over. It's hard enough to play on the road in this league as it is, but to start on the road with a fumble on the opening kickoff, just not the precedent you obviously want to set.
Not at all, and now it's just words because they've talked about it all week. From the time they start game planning for this one, remember, going into hostile territory, we have to set the tone right in the beginning, and they do the exact opposite.
Yeah, the Chiefs are going to be set up with a first and goal. He couldn't quite reach the chalk, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line. Great beginning there under the bright lights of prime time.
Yeah, it takes you back to high school football on a Friday night, doesn't it? When you feel like every eye in the county is on you. In this case, every eye in prime time is on you.
Mahomes takes it himself. And no signal, but I don't think he got the surge behind center. No, he's going to be kept out of the end zone. So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty. First and goal. Here's Pacheco. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. So a good job there, Charles, taking advantage of the short field, and they score first, punching it in on the short touchdown run.
I love the theme there, right? They didn't have to do anything big on that drive. Took advantage of where they were on the field, took it downfield, put the ball in the end zone. The only thing big on that drive, the 6 on the scoreboard.
Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Wilson and the Broncos now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And now the rookie's free. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. And that goes for a gain of 31.
Usually in this spot, you'd hear an offensive coordinator saying, don't feel like you've got to get this all back at once. But here, they give up the opening touchdown and say, no time like the present to show what we can do too. And that's big yardage on their initial play from scrimmage.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Douglas And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. You talk about this Chiefs defense. Well, they're a tough unit to throw against. Currently 4th toughest in the NFL.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
On 3rd down, Wilson. He finds Douglas complete. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 36. Out of the gun, here's Wilson.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Nick Bolton.
And the Chiefs force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They're probably across that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much. And it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Mahomes going to throw.
He'll check this one down to Pacheco.
And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. To the right side, and he's got more complete. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a 1st down.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a 1st down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
They'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there.
So, Charles, you look at this offense, what a start to the season. 5 wins without a loss. When do you think that you start believing that maybe you're in the midst of something special?
Well, you and I both know every head coach never wants that thought to creep into a locker room. But the truth of the matter is, not quite at this time, because if we look at the Steelers in 2020, they're a great example. Remember, they started 11-0, then lost 5 of 6 and went out in the 1st round. But I think if you get toward mid-November, the Thanksgiving time frame, and you're still doing this, that's when things start to get real for a ball club.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. They go play action. Now Mahomes.
Man open, it's Tony. He's got it.
And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing. That 3rd down conversion good for 23. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 30-yard line.
Headed straight, it's Pacheco.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
The Chiefs hit a perfect 5-0 here to begin the campaign.
They've certainly found their groove of late, winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is the best that we've seen them play in a long time, partner. Sky's the limit as far as they're concerned. Their confidence really soaring.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. Now Mahomes. A dump down to McKinnon. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Mahomes now on first down. And this heads straight to the sideline. I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, they won't. Here comes the flag. They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Mahomes now to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.
Isaiah Pacheco.
He scored on the ground and through the air.
And the Chiefs have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Out of the end zone comes Smith. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
On second down, here's a keeper by the QB.
And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield.
Let's see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
The backup Stidham, his first throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Douglas. And they will rally and stop him short of the first down. They get him to the ground at the 26. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that. And now the punt team couldn't get ready in time, and this is going to be a delay. Fourth down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Fielded at the 33. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 42. And the first play of the drive goes to McKinnon. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field.
Now inside the 25.
And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Jerick McKinnon, his 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
I know I should keep the focus and the spotlight on the hero that just scored, but tackling's been an issue for this defense all game long. I can't set that aside. We just saw it again here. Missed tackles leads to his long touchdown run.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And it's now 21-0. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards.
And the Broncos first down.
Play action. It's Wilson. He finds his man, complete. It's Douglas. And this time not quite to the 30. He'll be down at the 31-yard line.
First down, Denver.
They'll run on first down. Douglas. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
What's the old adage, partner? Don't judge the book by its cover, because this guy, he takes the mantra that he'll go down with a brisk gust of wind and sets it on its head. Great effort there to break a tackle and come up with a nice gain.
And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. 51 yards on the ground for him so far.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
On second down, it's Douglas. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line.
Brought down at the 2-yard line. First and goal, Denver.
And movement by one of the Broncos up front, and in comes the flag. So from the 2, now they move back to the 7-yard line. First and goal. Hands it off out of the gun. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Broncos are able to cut into that deficit. Brett Maher on for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and that'll cut the lead to 21-7. Following the touchdown, here's Maher to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Here's Pacheco to begin the drive. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. Second down. Those are the plays this defense needs with the deficit they're facing.
It certainly is, and they've got to continue to swarm the football and hope that someone, while they're holding up the ball carrier, can get in there and rake it and lock it free. They need to get some takeaways as well.
A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
Tony's Giants' tenure lasted less than a season and a half, but KC dealt for the former first-rounder because they feel they can unlock his potential. They look pretty good there, getting the first down.
On first and 10, here's Mahomes. Open man is the tight end, Noah Gray. Look at the big fella go. He's into space past the 25. A big play there for KC. 52 yards. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on first and goal. On first down now, run with McKinnon. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. From the gun, it's Mahomes. A dump down to McKinnon. Touchdown! Jerick McKinnon. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Chiefs will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Out of the end zone comes Smith. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Into space at the 45. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. On first down, it's Douglas, and he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts, so that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Three yards remain for second down. Now Wilson. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
The name of the game is always on defense, put pressure on the quarterback, and that's exactly what they've done today. It looks like they've got him a little bit rattled. That would have been the second interception in the first half.
And this won't get there. Won't be on line either. It's no good. Off to the right, and this will stay a 3-touchdown game.
It's hard to be surprised at the miss there with the way this first half is gone. Here they were hoping to get some sort of momentum to carry them into the locker room, but even this doesn't pan out.
And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt. And that will wind up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end. So that would have been something from that distance, but to no avail. Comes up empty as we have reached the intermission. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
Mahomes again here on 2nd and 10. Throw left side, complete to Tony. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, You enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
They run the jet sweep now for Tony. And this is not going to work as planned. He's going to be met and dropped behind the line of scrimmage.
It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
It's now 3rd and 10.
Here's Mahomes to throw. They'll roll him out right.
A wild throw there, and it is intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos will take over here at their own 14-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
And they just got a little help from their defense forcing the turnover. Now can they make that pay off in points?
They need to, partner. They're down on the scoreboard. Need to take advantage of those opportunities, and this is a good one right in front of them.
Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
22 yards. First down, Broncos.
Now Wilson on 1st down.
Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy.
And this one is incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
On 2nd down now. It's Douglas.
And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37. We talked about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play. Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
And now the punt team couldn't get ready in time, and this is going to be a delay. Here's Riley Dixon now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10. They'll start the drive here with Pacheco.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? The game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
From the gun, they will run with McKinnon to about the 40-yard line.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 44-yard line.
Pacheco gets it up the gut.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
From the 38 now, here's a 2nd and 4. Again, it's Pacheco. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. 56 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
As I take a look at the clock, I realize that this drive has eaten up a good portion of the fourth quarter already. Got to tell you, partner, when you're trying to salt away a game, this is exactly what it's supposed to look like.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
The fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. Noah Gray. A 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Chiefs add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that'll increase their lead to 28. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away.
On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. So that run play nullified by the holding call on the tight end.
Yeah, I just think he needs to get off the ball a lot quicker and get into the block a little bit more effectively. Then he doesn't have to reach and grab and try and hold on.
Now it's Wilson. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. And quickly they get to the line. They go play action with Wilson. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
And here in the fourth quarter, defensively, you know that you're just going to blanket the field with defensive backs and say, okay, take your bet. It's intercepted.
And we've often seen teams go into the prevent early, way too early, and sometimes they get too soft in their coverages, but not in this case. They understood the situation and played it with the proper aggression.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now,
nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29.
Josie Jewell, the linebacker, getting the sack.
Gonna need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. They'll drop to throw.
Going across the middle, and Valdez-Scantling has it.
It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down.
so much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Bucker's kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things in this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
On second down, it's Douglas. And he'll get this across the 40 and up to about the 42-yard line. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Now it's Stidham. He's going to let it fly. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Looks like they're going to keep throwing to the bitter end. This one's long since over, but give them credit. They're going to go down fighting. That one, incomplete.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. And he's going to have his running back. It's complete. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Here's Stidham to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Douglas. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be 2nd down. From the gun, it's Stidham. He finds Douglas complete. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Stidham going back to the air. He's going to air one out. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well,
these guys are not going to go out with their tails between their legs. They're going to keep taking their shots until the clock's at triple zeros. But that one, like a lot of others, winds up incomplete.
Stidham again here on 2nd and 10. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Stidham. He finds his man, complete. That's Douglas. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Now Stidham. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Stidham now off the bootleg. So he stays up.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now a give right side. Douglas. And he's got some space here. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Stidham with one final shot. Oh, it's a screen pass. It's complete. And a little bit of a consolation prize there. He's into the end zone. Won't win them the game, but they do get the score with all zeros showing.
But some fantasy players are really happy with that score.
Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there.
And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted.
So they tried to tack on 2 more. Wouldn't have mattered as far as who won and who lost, but that's how this one ends.
Felt like cosmetics, didn't it? Just put another 2 points on the board, make the score look a little bit better. Maybe they wanted to run a 2-point conversion just to see what they had. Who knows? But it just wasn't necessary.
So for Kansas City, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL.
Touchdown in the new town, I already feel that it's eyes on me. I'm getting ducked down with these big frowns, they already thrown by the size of me. I don't really get tough, put my deuce up, I will not live in apology. I wish you lose the opportunity, you suck, gon' make way for a prodigy.
Nobody do it better than me, not incredibly. I do this competitively, uneditably. These falling silent when I walk up in the building. Worry about their future like I'm here to snatch their children. That line was brilliant. How I'm not already in the millions. Am I not the picture of resilience? Why they test my patience? Hyping all this lame. No one got a brain, they just be liking all the same. This is what the I'm in on industry games. I'm convinced that nobody is speaking my language. I'm a good ass, so listen close when I say this. After every feel stainless. I can make a fiend go. Everything I wrote gon' smoke, so dangerous. I can make an Einstein feel brainless, but look on the bright side.